welcome to the 2026 smartphone battles. In this corner, coming in at 165 grams, 5.6 millimeters thick, the Apple iPhone Air. And in this corner, weighing in at a massive 750 grams, 31.9 millimeters thick, the 8849 Tank X! Wait a minute. This isn't a fair fight by any means. They're in completely different weight classes. How does this make any sense? It doesn't. And that is the point of this video. Yeah, sure, I could compare the iPhone Air to other thin smartphones, but that's boring. Why not instead compare it to the thickest phone I have in my collection? This phone may look like the one I made a video about a few months ago, but that phone was the Tank 4. This is the Tank X. You can tell because it's even thicker, making the Tank 4 look slim by comparison. It's even more ridiculous to hold and use, and for all of its thickness, it still has a camera bump, just like the iPhone Air. What are we doing here? Now before we begin the comparison, the Tank X in this video was sent to me for free by 8849/Unihertz, but they have had no editorial input into this video, and it is not sponsored by them. This video does, however, have a sponsor, which we will discuss now. Have you bought a new smartphone recently and are just dreading the task of transferring everything over? Worry no more, because this video is sponsored by Wondershare and their Mobile Trans smartphone transfer tool. This tool allows you to transfer your data from one phone to another, even if they're on different operating systems. You can take your Android phone and copy over your pictures, messages, contacts, and even more to your iPhone. You can even copy the layout of your home screen from one phone to another, saving you time and effort setting it all up. Not only that, you can also transfer various data from your phone to your PC or Mac too, making the process of moving data as simple as possible. It also transfers data from individual apps too, the most notable being WhatsApp. I know from experience that transferring WhatsApp messages to another phone never works properly and I end up losing all of my messages. But Wondershare Mobile Trans makes this process so much easier. So do you have files that you need to transfer? Be sure to try out Wondershare Mobile Trans for free using the link in the description below. Thanks again to Wondershare for sponsoring this video. As stated before, the iPhone Air is 5.6mm thick and the Tank X is 31.9mm thick. The difference is just absolutely ridiculous. The iPhone Air weighs 165 grams while the Tank X weighs a whopping 750 grams. It is insanely heavy, but nowhere near as heavy as your mother. As you'd expect, battery capacity is night and day too. The iPhone Air has a 3149 mAh battery, while the Tank X has, and get ready for this, a 17,600 mAh battery. Bruh. The iPhone Air uses Apple's A19 Pro processor, while the Tank X uses a MediaTek Dimensity 8200. Hydrogen bomb versus coughing baby. The iPhone Air has a 6.5-inch 120Hz OLED display, while the Tank X has a 6.7-inch 120Hz LCD display. It's a bit of a shame because the Tank 4 has an OLED display and it looks significantly better than the Tank X does. Let's talk about the features of the Tank X versus the iPhone Air. Oh, so delicate. Don't mind this one, it's currently charging because it ran out of power during standby. Nice battery. Taking a look at these phones, there is a very different feature set between these two. It's like comparing a Chihuahua to a Great Dane. Are they even the same dog? Is it even the same species of animal? Technically yes, but like, they look nothing alike. On the iPhone Air, you get a camera, action button, camera button, and USB-C port. And that's pretty much it. I mean, this is technically a more capable phone than the Tank X in certain ways, but in terms of a pure feature set, let's just say this one has it beat by quite a bit. You've got USB-C, a headphone jack, 2 programmable buttons, and your volume buttons up here for some reason. I think that's in a very wonky spot. If you ever need to change the volume, you have to hold it like this. I really think they should swap it around. These should be the volume buttons, and these should be the programmable buttons. They've got a big ass camping light on the back with blue and red LEDs so it can pretend to be a police siren. Yeah, it's weird. You've got 2 cameras on the back.
Sorry, 3 cameras on the back. One of them being an infrared camera, and this is an illuminator to actually shine infrared light when you're taking nighttime photography. It's cool stuff. You have a whole ass projector, a 1080p projector in here with an IR blaster like a Samsung Galaxy S6. You have active cooling with a fan to keep the projector cool. You can just tell, these two phones are not even in the same league of what they're trying to do. Now, I'm not really going to be going in depth into the features of this phone. I will be showing off the projector and all that a little bit in this video, but this is not going to be a fully in-depth analysis of all the features on this phone. If you do want to see the features of this phone, I would advise you guys to check out the video I made on the A849 Tank 4. It's basically exactly the same phone, but a little bit smaller. Yeah. Finally, a phone that makes the Tank 4 seem like a thin, sleek device in comparison to whatever the hell this absolute brick is. It's a brick! It is literally a brick. Here I have the A849 Tank X and the Tank 4 with the projectors on next to each other, and you can tell that the Tank X's projector is a lot sharper at a higher resolution and is much brighter. The Tank 4's gets really blurry really quickly and really dim. The Tank X's projector actually holds up pretty damn well. I'll move these down so you can read the text, and yeah, what a massive difference. I'll move this up so you can see the app icons, and yeah, huge difference in brightness. The projector is a lot better on the Tank X. And this is a comparison of the projector on the Tank X versus the iPhone Air. Just kidding, that phone doesn't have a projector. This one wins! While we're on the topic of features, let's talk about the cameras. Can Apple's one single camera, well, also the front-facing camera, but their one rear camera, can it keep up with the Tank X and its 3 cameras, one of them being an infrared camera? Can the night mode on the iPhone Air keep up with the infrared camera on the Tank X? Well, I went out to take some sample photos with both of these phones to find out how the cameras compare. Let's check it out now. And that is the camera comparison between the iPhone Air and the Tank X. I will say though, the feature they introduced on the iPhone 17 series of devices where you can have landscape and portrait selfies while not having to rotate the camera is actually really amazing. I like this feature and I want to see Android manufacturers start to copy it. I look like an absolute chud in this preview at the moment from this angle. Hold on guys, get a look at my 3 chins and my Pac-Man shirt. I look like such a winner at the moment. And yeah, on the Tank X, it's just a basic ass camera. Look, the camera quality is night and day between the two, but it is nice to get a proper night vision camera, which is really damn cool in my opinion. And just infrared photography in general is really damn cool. But as I touched on in my Tank 4 video, it's not color infrared, so it doesn't look super cool, but it does have a really cool look to it. Plus you can just straight up see in the dark with night vision. It's amazing. But what about the speakers? The iPhone Air only has a mono speaker, that being the earpiece. Surely the Tank X would have some decent audio because of its extra girthiness. Oh, sorry, I meant its extra big bones. Let's find out. So let's talk about for a moment, who are these phones for? Because they both serve completely opposite niches quite well. You have the Tank X being an absolute brick of a phone, useful for people who love going camping or just outdoorsy people in general who genuinely need night vision cameras and massive batteries. This is genuinely really useful for someone. Oh, and also people who like to use projectors, compared to the niche that the iPhone Air serves, which is annoying Apple users on Twitter who complain about minute things like the corner radius on macOS Tahoe. Two completely different types of phones for two completely different types of people. I will say though, and this is a completely cold take, the iPhone Air is the better overall phone because, well, first of all, it's straight up more expensive, but in terms of just normal smartphone usage, it has a better screen, it's faster, it's got better cameras, it's way easier to hold and use compared to this thing. Try putting this thing in your pocket. If you're not wearing a belt, your pants will fall down. Are you excited to see me, or is that just a Tank X in your pocket? But see, this really isn't meant to be a daily carry smartphone. It's a tool. It's a tool just like any other tool. A hammer, a flashlight, a drill. This is a tool that takes night vision photos, it's a projector. It's an actual real purpose-built smartphone, and I can appreciate that because nowadays smartphones are pretty much just the exact same thing as each other. They're pretty much just a rectangle with rounded corners and squared off edges. Yeah, I'm using the iPhone Air as an example because it's one of them. It just so happens to be thin. But this is a purpose-built smartphone, and I genuinely really like purpose-built smartphones. Even if most of the aspects of it suck compared to other phones, I still like it more. I absolutely love purpose-built smartphones. They are what keep my interest in tech alive. Genuinely, the iPhone Air doesn't excite me. Yeah, it's great engineering. I can appreciate the engineering that went into this, having the entire computer be in this little camera bump on top. And yes, the thinness is very cool for 5 minutes until you get used to it and then sick of it when the battery doesn't last that long. I don't care if these phones suck because they're just so interesting and they're just so damn cool. But would I daily drive any of these? No, I wouldn't. Instead, I use a normal phone. In terms of the better overall smartphone, the daily drivable smartphone, the one that most people will pick up, it would probably be the iPhone Air in comparison, because in general, it's just a more solid smartphone and it's more reasonable for most people. But the people who want the Tank X, they know who they are, and this is the perfect device for them. And I know which one I'm going to be selling right after this video ends, and that's going to be the iPhone Air. I only bought the iPhone Air for this video just so I could compare it to this absolute chunky brick of a phone. But as soon as this video is done, I'm selling this phone. I have no interest in keeping this iPhone, but I will be keeping the Tank X because it's a genuinely useful tool. I will say the biggest use cases for me will be the infrared camera and especially the projector. I have already put this projector to work. In the sponsor segment I did for my Surface Pro video, I actually used the projector to project a YouTube video onto the scene in order to get a fake window shadow. And in the future, once my studio is built, oh, new information about that coming soon, I'm going to be using this projector quite a bit to project backdrops onto my videos and all sorts of other stuff. This is way more useful to me than the iPhone Air ever will be. But again, this is still the better phone, right? I'm not an idiot. I'm not trying to deny that. This is the better phone in pretty much every single way besides the battery. But I think this is a good time to transition into the cool factor. Now, some of you may think that the iPhone Air would win the cool factor award between these two phones, but I really don't think it does. Now, the iPhone Air is cool to certain people, already existing Apple users, people who are already curious about the iPhone Air, and people who want a thin phone. There's not a lot of people who care about that. And that's evident by the slow sales of the iPhone Air. No one wants this thing. It's not selling well. And that's really because it's just not what people want. People don't want this. You know, there's people who want it and there's people who really like it. I do appreciate the thin form factor, but with the absolute garbage battery and mono speakers, it's just too much of a downgrade. Sorry, the speakers aren't down here. That's the speaker. That's all you get. It sounds nice, but yeah. But in terms of just pure cool factor, I've shown both of these phones to people. Every time I show this phone to someone, friends, family, other people, I am just met with a complete lack of interest. They do not care about the iPhone Air. I get them to hold the phone, and they say, huh, that is thin. And then that's it. They don't care about this phone. But then, I hand them this tank of a phone, this heavy, brick of a phone, and they think it is the funniest thing they have ever seen. Just the difference in reaction alone. This gets so much more reactions out of people. People are like, what the hell is this thing? Who would use a phone like this? And this phone is pretty much just, yeah, it is thin. Cool, I guess. So yeah, in terms of cool factor, the Tank X wins. No one cares about the iPhone Air. Literally, no one's even buying it. Well, there goes the glass on the iPhone Air. Oh wait, that's just a screen protector. The actual screen's fine because it's got that ceramic glass coating that apparently is really good. I'm not gonna put that to the test. But that's okay, I'll buy a new screen protector for this phone when I go to sell it, or I'll just take it off. Either one works. The Tank X may be the more interesting phone, but let's be real, who's daily driving this? I think more people would rather pick the iPhone Air than this, but that's not really the point. This is a tool, this is a fashion accessory. That is the point of these phones. My name is Frogfidok. You can say however you want, I really don't care. New videos whenever I like. Consider becoming a channel member like all these people on the screen have. You get some bonus videos, early access to my upcoming videos, custom Discord server roles, and your very own Minecraft server. All rolled into one, starts at $1 a month, and that's about it. That's the end of the video. Thanks for watching.